Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Smallman and welcome to this week's edition of Two Guys, Three Questions. Joining me this week, 101 ESPN co-host of Zach and the Coach, Zach McCray, and a member of the Fast Lane, Chris Duncan. Now guys, it came out this week that Syracuse center Fab Melo is ineligible for the NCAA tournament, and that shook up a ton of brackets. Sitting here right now, what is your Final Four? Zach, let's start with you.
Well, actually, I had Fab Melo being a part of Syracuse and still losing in the second round to Kansas State. I've lost all of that value now in that pick, but that's all right. But I have Syracuse as the only one seed not to make the Final Four. I know that's not real original, but I got Kentucky. I've got Michigan State beating Mizzou. Sorry, Mizzou fans, in the Elite Eight. Michigan State moving on to the Final Four. North Carolina coming out as well. And then the final team, Ohio State. I got Ohio State beating Kansas State in the Elite Eight and getting to the Final Four. Two Big Ten teams.
Interesting pick, Zach. Thanks so much. Now, Duncan, what do you have?
Well, I'm definitely going with Mizzou. I think Mizzou's going to go all the way, and I've got Mizzou actually playing Kansas in the national championship game. So I've got Mizzou beating Kentucky, and then in my other bracket, I've got Kansas beating Ohio State.
Thanks so much, Dunk. Question number 2. Jeff Fisher and Les Snead have announced that the Rams agreed to terms with cornerback Cortland Finnegan, but the team has yet to make significant moves towards signing a wide receiver. How concerned are you guys that they haven't added any depth at the wideout position? Dunk, let's start with you.
I'm not that concerned. I really think Les Snead's a smart general manager, and I think Jeff Fisher's a very smart head coach, and I think they know what they're doing. I think when they traded for that 6th pick in the draft, I think they had some inside information. I think that they really know that Justin Blackmon is possibly going to be there with the 6th pick. If not, they could always trade down. There's guys like Kendall Wright that might be available. Also guys like Michael Floyd and Stephen Hill from Georgia Tech could possibly be available early in the 2nd round. So I'm not too worried.
Thanks so much, Dunk. Zach, what do you think?
I don't want to be too negative because the add of Cortland Finnegan automatically makes the Rams better than they were a couple days ago. So that's great news for the Rams, especially in a cornerback position that was just decimated by injury a year ago. That being said, we've paid $50 million. I say we like it's my money. The Rams have paid $50 million to Sam Bradford, and he's thrown to no one. Brandon Lloyd for a half a season, maybe. It's time to get a wide receiver. It's time to do it in free agency. There's only so many good receivers to go around in the draft. I'm sure the Rams will address that need in the draft, but it's time to get somebody that's got a couple of years under their belt to be a wide receiver for Sam Bradford.
Thanks so much, Zach. Now, Chris Carpenter is recovering from a neck injury, and the Cardinals have stated that Lance Lynn is their plan B. Do you think that's a viable option, or should the Cardinals look for some outside help? Zach, why don't you take this one first?
It depends on how long the injury is for Chris Carpenter. I think that's the big deal here. Now, the Cardinals are downplaying it, but here's my problem with that. The Cardinals downplay a lot of injuries, and then the player ends up being out for much longer than the Cardinals told us to begin with. So I say that first. If that is a huge issue, Chris Carpenter's injury, if it lingers on a little bit longer than maybe the first couple of weeks, maybe you do have to go out there for outside help. The good news is this: Lance Lynn is an Iron Man. He's never missed a start in the minors. He did fine last year in his couple of starts with the Cardinals before transitioning to the bullpen. I think you can give him a lot of innings early on, but again, how long does this play out? If it plays out any longer than a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple, 3, 4, 6 starts for Lance Lynn, the Cardinals better be doing something for some outside help.
Thanks so much, Zach. Dunk, what's your take on this?
I think Lance Lynn's definitely a viable option. He was a really good starting pitcher in the minor leagues. In his whole career, he's actually been a starting pitcher until last year. And one of the things about Lance Lynn is he had a reputation for being extremely durable. Every year, he'd go out there and make every single start. Also, I like the fact that the other day when he threw in the 3rd inning, he was still throwing in the mid-90s. I definitely think Lance Lynn, if need be, could plug in for Chris Carpenter.
Thanks so much, Dunk, and Zach, I really appreciate your time today. That's all for this week's edition of Two Guys, Three Questions. Check us out right here next week on 101sports.com.